Let's play some more fucking Dragon Age. Inquisition. Baba Booey. Move that to there. I wonder how close to the end we'll get this week. So I'm definitely going through this game a whole lot faster than I did years and years ago when I played it on my own time. Despite, like, I didn't read everything when I played through my first time, so I don't know. I don't know how I'm going through it faster. Maybe I'm just that much better at games. Already. Thoughts. A letter marked with a Chevalier seal. It was an honor to fight alongside the soldiers of the Inquisition. The demons stood little chance. You are an impressive army, Commander. Nothing seals an alliance like the bonds formed in battle. May we find similar victories together in the future. Chevalier Duquette. The talks between Fereld and Orlais took place in Jader, and it was not easy to keep matters from spiraling out of control. King Alistair is no diplomat after all and had little patience for the endless fanfare. Thankfully, the Orlesians are uninterested in more war, and we were able to smooth the way toward an eventual peace treaty. The king sent along a sword that once belonged to the Ferelden hero King Calenhad, as thanks for what the Inquisition helped create. Avenger. Nightingale, 2 points. 1, that book is abysmal and the entire code-breaking department wants to ritually set it on fire. 2, the message is double encrypted. The message in the mistakes is in a merchant guild cipher. We have not yet broken the guild's code, Scrivener. Okay. Now let's make sure I did all sort of story quests here.
With the Civil War over, Orlais is focusing on rebuilding.
An unsent letter from Varric waits in the war room, addressed to Jarek Dace, Denerim Merchants Guild. Jarek, I need a key to the Merchants Guild cipher from 1 month ago, and you still have payments left on the loan house Tethras gave you for your rescue mission to Amgarak. So I think we can make a deal. I get the cipher and your debt disappears like financial magic. And Nightingale, since I know you'll open this and read it before it gets sent, don't bother to keep a copy. The guild changes their codes every month because dwarves are naturally paranoid. Varric Tethras. Send a letter getting this cipher will help Liliana find the killer.
Let us begin.
Okay. One option there, and that was just Josephine. Alright. Dorian has completed his research using the Liberalum and believes he has found a connection between Corypheus and an ancient magister named Sethius of House Amladoris. This will be difficult to prove and may be of limited use, but it's worth noting that House Amladoris still exists. Even the accusation that Corypheus and Sethius are the same person would be worthy of a scandal in Tevinter, one that the current members of that family might be desperate to avoid. Let's see what they do with it. Every Tevinter house has enemies. Ooh, blackmail. I kind of like Cullen's idea the most. Sell the information. We profit. We cause chaos into Tevinter.
Inquisitor.
I like Cullen's idea best. How do people remove the downward pointing triangular symbols from our outposts? They have not made reappearance, which means little. It's clear someone has an interest in the Inquisition. Someone organized, with ties to those across the sea. We've eliminated the Qunari as the most obvious suspects. Nonetheless, knowing who they're not does not tell us who they are, what they're doing, or why. They're clever, we know that, and they have resources. But so do we, and they should learn that they are not to toy with the Inquisition. Getting all the leads we have at once. And send
Let's
Liliana.
see what we have.
That works out. Okay, now I need to go around and fucking talk to everyone. Actually, we have a really full inventory. Jeez. Okay, hold on. Sandra. So not Avenger. None of those. None of those. None of those. Armor. Helmet. You're not gonna get a new helmet. What about new heavy armor? Nope. Sarah. I hate the look of the mask, but medium armor. Keep you in that just because it's Dorian. What mask are you wearing? You're wearing that one? It might be better to have you in that one. You're in my old armor. Black wall. Currently wearing a 15. Let's have you put on. We'll have you put on the Resolute hat. Cole, nothing better than your assassin hat. There's no. Yeah, we don't have to worry about any. Right, it's just the helmets we're doling out. Vivian, you're keeping that cowl. Solus, you're keeping that hat because it just. I like how it looks. Varric, you're getting a new hat. Give you the Mask of Valmont. Ironbull, you're keeping yours. Alright. Accessories. No new belt. No new ring. No new amulet. Alright, let's go ahead and sell stuff really quickly. Should maybe store some things.
Not trying to step on your toes, you know.
So, we're keeping the Song of the Marshes. Let's see, plus 10% cold damage, minus. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Schematic. Oh yeah. Ooh, hold on. Craft armor. Superb. Oh, it's just tier 3. Oh, I'm guessing we will get maybe better as we get higher in level. Maybe I don't craft any armor until we're in our level 20s.
I do not believe a reminder is necessary for this accused. Her capture and disgrace could not have been more public. Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon, although her titles are among the dignities already at risk of forfeiture. You spared her life despite her treachery. What becomes of it now falls to you.
The Empress sent her here?
Empress Celine left her fate to me. Interesting.
Meh.
Despite her posture, Lady Floriane has acknowledged your authority.
Should I curse you on behalf of the Elder One? I realize he had no intention of honoring the concordats I manipulated.
No shit.
Do as you must. I respect your mastery of the game, even as I despise your victory. Celine does not know her fortune.
She remains a creature of formality and opportunity. We have use for both. Grand Duchess, Josephine will see that your wiles profit the Inquisition.
What was that arm?
Don't disappoint.
Oh, one must remember that the game is never truly over, your worship.
Yeah, everyone is disapproving of that. We play to win, baby. We play to win. This Inquisition doesn't plan on losing.
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was unmasked, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
No one can say the evening wasn't memorable.
They've already begun composing songs about it in Val Royale, no doubt. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing so few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
The Empress realized she was in danger.
She's always in danger. Those loyal to her should have practiced more vigilance. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
It's
Playing
very
the game was
exciting.
thrilling.
I love
We
playing
did just
politics,
make
man.
history.
Indeed, tales of this affair have begun circulating in Val Royale. Although I do wish Varric would show a bit more restraint in his accounts of the evening.
Varric wasn't even
I
there.
was hoping you'd be by. We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevada. For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
And the Inquisition's deeds have won their respect.
They'd never have contacted us otherwise. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a venatory cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
What course of action would you take if you were in my place?
Strained as their relationship with Orlais is, I would assist the Imperium. Their friendship is difficult to win, and Marcus is a fading power. Tevinter is the longer, richer gain.
What sort of man is the King of Navarra?
At this point, elderly. Many fear his health will soon fail him. Still, he is a Pentagast. Their dynasty is exceptionally strong in Navarra.
As a Pentagast, will Cassandra be upset if we don't help her relatives?
With all respect to Sikar Pentagast, her interest in politics is best described as thin.
Yeah.
Why is the ruler of Tevinter turning on the Venatori?
He has little reason to love them. Archon Redanus has rightly identified Corypheus as competition. Few monarchs relish a self-styled god showing up to claim their throne.
Tell me about Rodanus.
Like most Tevinter rulers, He's heir to an ancient bloodline, politically shrewd, and a highly
Yeah,
skilled
yeah,
mage.
yeah.
Rumor also claims he has an incredibly soft spot for cats.
Valid. My family lets us sell both.
I actually have relatives in Navarra. If you reason with the Archon, the Trevellians can persuade King Marcus we should help both countries.
Letting the Inquisition curry favor with both Tevinter and Navarra. Most ideal.
I know. I'm so
Yes.
smart.
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Ban Vigard of Ferelden is visiting. An honor, to be sure. Please show no alarm if you hear shouting in his quarters at night.
Shouting?
His lordship spent a half a year with his lands under siege by Darkspawn during the Ferelden Blight. His wife informs me the ban still sleeps rather poorly. It's good to see you.
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't
Any thoughts?
Who did you mean?
Commander Cull.
The commander isn't... Still, he does sometimes resemble...
No, we don't need to talk about that, I don't think. Alright. Varric.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I can spare some time. What do you...
Okay.
That's the lock. Strange bit of...
I don't need to talk to Adon.
There is a problem that needs your attention, Inquisitor. Inquisitor,
What is your evaluation?
we are groaning with resources. Of course.
Oh. Should go around and talking to these people more then.
Inquisitor?
There's more secret.
You get a title, I get the boot. I see how it is. I mean, thanks for my life. Pleased to serve.
What?
No time. Working.
I didn't boot you though. That was what?
Inquisitor?
Secret. I didn't want you to get fired. I even asked about you. I was like, yo, where's my mate? Ah. We'll talk to more again after I go around.
"'Tis a large fortress, Inquisitor. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world.
I can't.
I wonder if it is pleased."
I'm not looking.
It sounds like you've heard of
I'm looking.
Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tara Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I'm rather fond of
I
it.
like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do.
It's because you're
I will
hot.
do my
I mean,
best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
thank you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed, 'tis that he actually may.
Does your hair, does it not get annoying having that like one bit of hair like just like in front of you, like this? Like that's kind of gets in the way.
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
You seem to know a great deal about elven law.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah, yes. Whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. She is the reason the Blight was defeated. We did not part on good terms. I regret a great deal, but that, most of all. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
I'll leave you to the garden.
As you like. I imagine your forces will be heading into the Arbor Wilds very soon, Inquisitor.
And by very soon, you
Trust
mean
me
several
when I say
hours.
that wherever the Alluvian is hidden, it is worth any effort to prevent Corypheus from acquiring it.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built.
Thanks.
I'll give you that. Leniana has built a network of spies beyond anything Thedas has seen. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
We have to defeat him first, then I'll worry about what's next.
Should that happen, the world will lie at your feet, more or less. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
I'd like to know more about you.
If you have questions, then ask. Until next.
Alright, so that's all of Morrigan's dialogue. The set, who the...
I serve, as has always been my calling.
Okay, good to know.
Inquisitor.
Inquisito.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Shiral, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
You miss court intrigue? When were you at
He
court?
did some...
Oh, well, never directly, of course. An elven apostate is rarely invited to speak with empresses and kings. But from the Fade, I have watched dynasties form and empires crumble. It is sometimes savage, sometimes noble, and always fascinating. In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally, especially after helping her neutralize Briala.
Am I sensing concern over how we dealt with Briala?
No? Why would I disapprove of... Oh, because we're both elves. I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Your people have lost so much of their history and culture. To not even think of yourself
He
that way.
I think of myself as me. That's
Okay,
all
yeah.
I've ever needed.
This is
I
worded
joined the
poorly.
Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, Briala did what she could. She was an admirable woman, even if her gambit
But
failed.
wait, what the fuck happened?
Even if we couldn't help Briala, I hope we can
What the
make
fuck
life
happened to
better
Briala?
for Elysian elves.
Stop Corypheus. That will do for a start.
I didn't
It
kill
speaks
her.
well of you to feel for the oppressed. Help them for that.
I didn't let her
Know them
die.
for what they are, instead of
I sided
just
with
seeing
her.
a pair of pointed ears. Good afternoon.
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on elven culture.
Perhaps you could ask Sarah. She has opinions.
You don't much care for Sarah, do you?
I pity her. Although I imagine she would detest that. Perhaps in truth, I envy her. She has a purity of purpose that I lack. I have observed too much and done too little. What do you wish to know?
I've heard tales that Dalish magic is different from the magic I learned in the Circle.
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
Legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Devinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
I'd be interested in learning more about blood magic.
I would teach you if I knew it. Unfortunately, using blood magic seems to make it more difficult to enter the Fade. You understand why I never bothered to learn it. A shame, as it is extremely powerful, provided it remains a tool, not a crutch, nor a passion.
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember
Oh, I'm sure you
Hallam
know
Shiral.
a lot about those elves,
Hallam
huh?
Shiral was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvanan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish Erebels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
I'd like to know more about the Dalish elves.
It is a mistake to think of the Dalish as a single group. They have lived as separate clans for centuries now. As a consequence, each clan has learned, interpreted, and forgotten different parts of elven history. Some trade freely with humans, or adopt city elves who flee the alienages. Others attack humans on sight.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Devinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
We're not done, Solus.
Good afternoon.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
He has lost his army, and he has lost Orlais. That eliminates military or political means to rebuild Tevinter. He will need to demonstrate that no one in this world can stand against his magic. It will not be subtle.
I'd like to hear more about what you saw in your exploration of the Fade.
I would be happy to share it with you.
Tell me about the old memories you found in the Fade.
I saw a young Qunari working in a simple kitchen, baking bread as she was ordered every morning. In every loaf, she broke the rules. She'd take a pinch of sugar and fold it into the center, like a secret. And this act of small rebellion brought a shining smile across her face.
Tell me about a spirit you encountered.
I found an ancient spirit who had once been undisputed king of almost every land I had discovered. Like pride or rage, it was the Fade's reflection of a feeling. When I asked which one it was, the spirit faltered. "They've forgotten," said the spirit. There remains no word for what
Oh, that is... Someone understands how language changes and evolves over time with that. Oh.
Tell me about the old ruins you explored.
I found in the Kokari wilds a humble cottage far removed from any of the simple, chastened tribesmen. The trees and weeds had not reclaimed the home, nor did the chastened dare to come and steal the trinkets still remaining. It was empty, long abandoned, but the world feared that you might return.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye. Good afternoon.
Oops, sorry about that. That cough came out of nowhere.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. You saved an empress, and now she's eating out of your hand. Perfect mental image. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
That's something you actually miss.
Who wouldn't? All the drama, the scandal, the petty maneuverings. Back home, we engage in social affairs with the grim intensity of war. When blood is spilled, the battle is won. Less fun when you're the target, but to watch. My, yes. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
I should go.
Try not to kill anyone without me. Questions, questions.
Okay.
Greetings again, Inquisitor.
I trust it.
Most are pleased with the alliance. A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
If you require any assistance.
Inquisitor, I wonder if you might help me with a delicate situation. There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
Thanks.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivian. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but won't tell me what it's for?
Yeah.
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would not have attained my position at court if I didn't know when to be silent.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart, or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
Now, is this going to be an operation or a quest? Exalted Flame?
Yes?
A suitable replacement for the Primatus root must be derived, as the plant went extinct during the Second Blight. Dried red moss cut from a wandering hill has shown similar restorative effects. An emulsion of silverite and elf root extract can counteract the fatal toxicity of red moss. The solution must be heated for exactly 75 minutes with magical flame. Mundane fires, regardless of fuel type, have been found to burn at too low a temperature. The heart of the snowy wyvern must be added at the last possible moment. The compound becomes unstable when exposed to light. Even if stored in perfect darkness, it is only viable for 3 days. It begins to degrade in potency in a matter of hours, and experimentation has shown that the age regression effect decreases steadily over time from the moment it is synthesized. By the second day, the results are almost too subtle to detect, and by the third, it is entirely useless.
Is this a youth serum? I've never seen alchemy this complex. Where did she get it?
Can I confront her about it?
Yes?
No. So, she's trying to live forever, perhaps? Or maintain a youthful appearance? Okay.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
No one would fault you for abandoning ship, you know.
Out of the ship and straight into the sea. You think Thedas hates mages now? If the Chantry falls, don't you think the people will blame magic? Look at all that's happened. Kirkwall's Chantry, the war, the breach. Mages are always involved. Without the Chantry to guide, that hatred will spiral out of control.
Wow. You really don't think highly of Thedosians?
The people care only for simple things. Their world is small, and everything beyond it is unknown and something to fear. They will continue to live like this, unless they can be shown another way. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems. A message from Divine Justinia.
I'm pretty sure she did.
That's a shock. Are you all right reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the Chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence.
Oh.
One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think,
We're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay. Yes?
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
What do you know of Morrigan?
I first met her when we were traveling with the hero of Ferelden. We never really got along. Morrigan can be a powerful ally. Just never forget that she's here because she wants something. Work with her, learn from her, trust her if you must, but never underestimate her.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am? Yes?
Anything I should know?
Celine has cemented power in Orlais. Good, we need an ally like her. At the moment, she's said to be rooting out the last of Gaspard's supporters. Once that is done, we will have a united Orlais behind the Inquisition.
Wahoo! Is there anything up here? I've read that. Alright.
Oh, my maker, you cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halam Shiral. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
There are problems coming out of Halam Shiral.
There are always problems from Halam Shiral.
Yeah.
We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
How's it going?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon? You name it, it's... I think... we are...
Here's the deal for weapon plans. I'm missing one Orlesian tome, I think.
Nothing? Unfortunate.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've had enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
The fun never ends in Skyhold, does it?
The Inquisitor was hilarious. That's what they'll say one day. You
I hope.
watch.
I hope that's what they
I
say.
assume
I
you've
hope that's
heard
all
that
I'm remembered
Leliana
for.
and I are both candidates to be the next Divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
If they'll pick non-priests, why am I not a candidate?
Because you're a man, first and foremost. If they name you a candidate, they may as well join the Tevinter Imperium. Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunburst throne and tear the Chantry to pieces. I just
My ass
don't
is too
know
dummy
why
thick
they
for the
believe
Sunburst
Leliana
throne.
or I would be any better.
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
I'm surprised to hear you, of all people, say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
The Chantry has failed, Cassandra.
I wonder if the legions of faithful throughout Thedas would agree with you. Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
I have influence, and I can use it to help the Chantry make up its mind.
I cannot ask you to do that.
You don't have to.
If you think that is the right thing to do, then thank you. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
Oh, shit, I should have... Damn it, I should have done the investigate. False.
Hello again.
So you're a candidate for Divine now?
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
Why shouldn't it matter? Don't you have the right to be happy?
It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
There are other ways you can change things.
Perhaps. I may not have a choice in the matter if the Chantry clerics pick another.
Do you have any advice for me?
It seems that Corypheus searches for elven artifacts. That's hardly surprising. Tevinter power is based on what those vultures scavenged from the ancient elves. Whatever advantage he hopes to gain, we need to stop him at once.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Who has the quest with that? Meriden? Who the fuck is Meriden? Let me talk to...
Going well, I hope?
What's new?
What's been going on?
Varric came by to talk. He told me a story about copper marigolds.
Okay. I have to go.
From Haven, there is an issue that you should address. I think it's worth your time, Inquisitor.
You're just gonna leave it at that? I think it's worth your time.
I hope to serve the cause, Inquisitor.
Alright, Meriden, you're a little weird.
Commander Cullen did good work at Adamant. Breached those walls like he'd done it a dozen times. Nice job with the demons, by the way.
Can you think of any other time?
A few Orlesian nobles didn't like how things ended at the Winter Palace. They're not rebelling outright, but they've brought in mercenary companies in preparation. The Charters have a good reputation. If we go in, we can buy the companies out from underneath them. The nobles will lose the men they meant for causing trouble, and the Inquisition gets some fresh blood.
Hell yeah.
We'll talk later.
You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Halam Sharal was a mess. At least under the Qun, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
Corypheus had agents sowing dissent and muddying the waters.
That's just it. Orlais is so vulnerable. If you killed everyone in the Triumvirate, the Qun would survive unchanged. I don't know. The Qun isn't perfect, but it doesn't care what any single person wants. Orlais is full of people who care about nothing else. How you doing?
See you later.
Alrighty.
Fine day to you.
You heard what they
Talk
did
to Sarah.
at Adamant.
I did. I don't see why it concerns you.
One for the Empress. For Gaspard. Briala. The Duchess. And Corypheus. Right in the dangle bag.
All right, you're clearly annoyed. What can I do?
You're doing fine. It's the dead piled up in Halam Sharal that's nagging at me. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right? So long as there's a book for the throne. A pretty one, sure. But how many lives are worth one empress's arse? Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
I don't know. You want to stop a party? I think you go earwigs.
I hate those things.
Ugh.
With their little pinchy butts. Josephine should add that to her paper threats. You know the real lesson from all this? Never sleep with an empress. That, and Briala being an idiot. The whole thing would have gone different if that little piss-up wasn't in the middle.
That was a mistake on their part. It made everything worse.
Wrong way around, Inquisitor. It started worse. Lots of people died before there was a hole in the sky. That's who you're saving. If you get a chance, maybe remind them not to be idiots.
Yeah, sure, I'll just go hit him up, tell him, hey, you're fucking stupid.
Love seeing you, yeah?
Are things playing out the way you expected?
About time we turned around on this Cariffy whatever. Make him feel like he's on the wrong end of the dogs for once, yeah?
Corypheus.
Cariffiness.
Corypheus.
Sack Splash. I know his name. Doesn't deserve the respect of me saying it, does he?
I'll be
Fair
back
enough.
if I need you.
Go on.
Dr. Cole?
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
Yeah, I agree.
And that would have made everything much simpler.
The colors were pretty, though.
I'll talk to you later.
That's it.
Goodbye. She's still behind the curtains in the reading room, watching the blood pool on the floor.
Go behind the curtains in the reading? Who the fuck could that be?
I'll talk to you later.
Is that the Empress?
Goodbye.
No. I don't know who that one could be about.
Stop bouncy. You bounce, Inquisitor.
What's the word out there?
A few complaining that you've time to bed your allies. I don't judge. Much.
What?
What's the current mood?
Sprightly.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
I don't like you. You give me bad vibes.
No time. Working.
Okay. Good talking to you, Segret. Who the fuck are you?
This is amazing. Convincing the Keeper took work, but I'm so glad you managed. Here to help, Inquisitor.
Oh, this dude. I was like, who the fuck are you? Ah, I remember now.
I do not miss the tavern.
Good to hear, Flissa. What's up, Blackwall?
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company.
Tavern is empty.
When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day, they found a dog. A wretched little thing.
Oh, no.
It came to them for food. I caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up. Do you know what I did?
You stopped them? Cut the dog down?
I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs,
I
the
don't
neck
like this.
straining and twisting. And I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
You couldn't have been the only one there.
Yeah.
No one else stepped in.
Doesn't make what I did any less wrong.
Correct.
I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
When we first met, you were saving peasants from demons and outlaws. You're not a man who shuts his eyes. A little insane, maybe?
Of course you'd make light of it. You make saving the world look easy. The rest of us can only dream of matching what you've done. Don't you see? It's not just about what happened back then. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
Am I the dog or are you the dog? Which one of us is the dog that doesn't know how to stay away? Hate that I have to run all the way back to him though.
I didn't say anything. I wouldn't.
Inquisitor, you've been a friend and an inspiration. You've given me the wisdom to know right from wrong, and more importantly, the courage to help out the farm. It's been my honor to serve you. What the fuck? No!
The spy master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
Go on. Liliana knows where he is, doesn't she?
Did I fuck up somehow?
She doesn't know everything, yet. Sister Liliana had us search the warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is.
Motherfucker.
It could be a good place to start.
It looks like it was removed from a reason for Sister Liliana. Lieutenant Sorel Monet, one of the soldiers responsible for the Callier massacre of 937, was captured in Lides. Like the others who were arrested for their involvement, Monet insists that he did not know who he was assassinating and that he was just following the orders of his captain. His captain, Tom Rainier, is still at large. Monet is to be executed within the week in Val Royale. Blackwell's talked about Tom Rainier before. I recognize the name. I've read that before, I think.
All's well.
Alright, let's go talk to, let's see, what is our... Ooh, we're far away on Inquisition. We get like 3,000 points per purchase thing. I think we'd only be able to afford 2 right now, so we are not getting an Inquisition point if we just buy them right now. So we'll hold off on spending the money.
I'd be perfectly happy never again setting foot in the Winter Palace. It wasn't the gossip and backstabbing, I know what the game entails, but the indifference to it all.
I didn't care for it myself.
I shouldn't be surprised. The Chantry can be the same. Their politics are less extravagant, but just as heated. The Empress rules a country. The Divine influences half a continent.
Is there anything I should know?
My senior officers report that the soldiers are in good spirits. Having the Imperial Army as an ally has bolstered their confidence. The Orlesian military is highly regarded. Of course, I'd wager our own recruits are equal to any Chevalier.
Is there anything I should know?
There are fewer arguments between our Templar and Mage recruits than when we started. I've seen them trading stories, building one another up for the fight to come. I pray this won't be lost when their common enemy is gone.
That's...
Let's see, I don't think anyone has come back from their missions yet. Check. No one's come back yet. Issuing context
You
report.
seem to enjoy yourself at the Winter Palace, Liliana. Or was that part of the game?
Perhaps it was both.
An order of elven warriors that predates the fall of the Dales, the history contained within would be of great value to the Dalish. The Emerald Graves has been experiencing unrest of late. If a small delegation met with the elves and offered assistance in their search, it could provide an opportunity for cooperation between the Inquisition and the Dalish, strengthening our reputation with the clans in Olay. Two of our soldiers met with the elves at Dinan Hanin, the elven ruins in the Emerald Graves. Their leader, Tyven, wishes to work with us as a sign of cooperation between the Inquisition and its clan. However, some of his party are wary of our presence and the Inquisition's intentions. Our interest in strengthening our relationship with the Dalish would appear more genuine if you met them in person. Okay. We've scouted the region and set up camp. Professor Kenrick has the scouts gathering anything they can find. So far we have uncovered a lot of very old buckles. Hopefully this yields something more exciting. Anyone who comes here should be ready for hostile wildlife and angry Avar. This place is dangerous. Scout hiding. All that has been discovered. Let's grab Cass, Cole, Solus. Yeah, let's roll with them. Oh, it's raining in Valley Royale. That's new.
Cyril Mornay, for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais.
Olay. Hon, hon, hon.
For the murders of General Vincent Callier, Lady Laurette Callier, their 4 children, and their retainers. You are sentenced to be hanged from the neck until dead. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Very well.
Ah. Human justice.
They're going to kill him.
Proceed.
Stop!
A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Blackwall! No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall.
Oh.
Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from who I really am.
You, after all this time.
He's Tom
It's
Rainier.
over. I'm done hiding. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Tom Rainier.
Oh, shit.
You have, of course, notified the stakeholders.
They are expecting your tariffs.
Le bon vie est mort. It is said that the apples that grow near the gallows will be bitter on the tongue of a lover who will betray. It is also said, although by different people entirely, that unripened fruit should not be the only consideration when investigating matters of fidelity. The latter are lonely most evenings among the arbors of the summer bazaar. Alright, Cass. Paul. Solus.
Half the coin was from my coffers in the last switch when Celine ascended.
Can you
They
believe
wisely
it?
played
Tom
change of
Rainier himself.
You must know something about Rainier.
I know what everyone knows. He'll hang for the massacre of a noble and his family.
Where did they take the prisoner?
In the jail of the marketplace. If you've goodbyes to say them now. It's a damned mess, but believe you me, it'll be sorted out quick. Lots of people can't wait to see that man swing. Guess not.
A blonde elf with the Inquisition. Didn't I see you with her once?
What do you think of the Inquisition now? Their fortunes
The Winter
have
Palace
certainly
assaulted. Duchess Florian disgraced.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush.
That's why Blackwall can't
Darkspawn.
lead the Wardens.
He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
You saved that man. That took courage.
Courage? I killed innocent people. Destroyed Mornay's life and the lives of others like him. One moment of courage will not make up for that. Why are you here?
I needed you to know you aren't alone in this.
Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a
And
monster.
don't throw away your life. Work for something better. Work to repay.
I know you're more than what you say. Have some faith in yourself.
Yes?
I need to know about Blackwall. The real Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing, a waste of life. But he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Valchavan for the joining. But Blackwall insisted on making a stop along the way. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. He said it led to the deep roads. I was to go down alone, find a darkspawn, and fill a vial with its blood. When I returned, I found the warden ambushed by more of the creatures. He took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
Not saying I disagree, but Blackwall clearly thought you were worth saving.
No one should have died for me. He would have wanted me to carry on to Valchavan, I'm certain. But without Blackwall, there's no proof that I've been recruited. that I didn't kill him. I couldn't go to the Wardens. But I couldn't just walk away. So, Rainier died. And Blackwall lived.
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded, respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
The man on the gallows, Mornay. Who was he?
My second in command. He was a good man. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop his execution. Couldn't let another die for my mistake.
I need to know the details of what you did. Who you killed. Why?
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, Ulf Gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer was a Chevalier, Robert Chapuis. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might endear himself to the true Emperor. I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. There was good coin offered, and I took it. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, I was long gone. Of course, the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
You got your men to help you. What did you tell them?
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trusted me without question. Just as your men trust you.
Our men follow me because they believe our cause is righteous.
They believe it because that's what you tell them.
My reports say that Callier was with his family. You had them all slaughtered.
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. I assumed only soldiers, armed guards. My men had been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. They thought they were defending their country. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
But you weren't at war. Not really.
I've been on enough battlefields to know the same crime at the right time would have earned a medal. But that's what I did. And why I deserve to be here.
There's another thing I'm still wondering.
Yes?
That's all for now.
Farewell. Alright, let's fucking talk, Cullen. God damn it.
I have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
I was just coming to see you.
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial Orlesian army. Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of Celine's biggest supporters. He led a group of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it. His men took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape.
Let me guess. Our spy master had this lying around somewhere, didn't she?
It would have been difficult for anyone to connect Blackwall to Rainier. Even Liliana has something of a blind spot when it comes to wardens. What do we do now? Blackwall... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
If it were up to you, what would happen?
What he did to the men under his command was unacceptable. He betrayed their trust, betrayed ours. I despise him for it. And yet he fought as a warden, joined the Inquisition, gave his blood for our cause. And the moment he shakes off his past, he turns around and owns up to it. Why?
He wanted to change. To prove that he'd really left his past behind, he had to face up to it.
Saving Mornay the way he did took courage, I'll give him that. But I can't tell you what to do.
Have Rainier released to us.
We must move quickly. We can explore our options back at Skyhold.
Oh boy. I don't think I can do that yet. Sure, there's no. Let's go to Valence. I too can pose like the statue.
It's just as I remember it.
You didn't tell me you'd been here before.
After the Blight ended, I came here to see Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother. I needed her wisdom after the hero of Ferelden died.
So where's this hidden treasure?
Straight to business. It's why I like you, Inquisitor.
Liliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lord, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
I don't care.
Bigger things to worry about than that.
Oh, I see.
We said that a bit
Natalie,
more hostile
listen,
than I intended.
There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember that faith sprung from a barren branch, that light has no fear of darkness. Above all, that strength lives in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something in here. Let's look around.
Do they still sing verses from the benedictions every Friday? That canticle was Justinia's favorite.
Yes, of course. We'd never give up. Most beloved divine.
That is lovely to hear. I stare up at the breach sometimes. It's terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
The sun rises through it. It splits into what looks like 1,000 suns. Like...
Yes, spectacular, isn't it? You must be careful, Natalie. Justinia's enemies are making their move, vying for position and the Sunburst throne. Well, that one's quite literal. And morbid. But Justinia always said that compassion was my greatest strength. Doubt is easy. It takes courage to trust.
What was that?
Looks like we opened something.
It's a box.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Liliana, stop. What are you doing?
I'm protecting us. They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong.
Oh.
I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need
God,
to know.
Liliana is so
the
hot.
prickle weird burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here.
She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thedas away from the true Chantry. It must be stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
We don't have to be at odds, Natalie. You could come with us. Join the Inquisition.
I was called to serve the Grand Cleric. I will not betray her. Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
Release her, Leliana. She's no threat.
The Grand Cleric?
She is one woman. We are the Inquisition.
The Inquisitor has spoken. Run. Tell your mistress that she has a choice. The Inquisition is coming. No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
It's not what you expected. That doesn't mean it's nothing.
There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The Divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. Just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Sacrifices are necessary. You know that.
I never thought I'd hear this from you, Inquisitor. You were always an inspiration. I looked at you and saw someone who knows the way through the shadows. I was like that once, you know. But everything changes. And
She looks really good in that lighting. Holy shit.
Justinia tried to save me. But all it's done is made me realize I don't need saving. There is work to be done. I'll see you back at Skyhold.
Is there anything to find in here? Ew, there's nothing.
Your friend Natalie is urging the Grand Cleric to ally with the Inquisition.
It hasn't worked, has it? A waste of time. I want them out of my way. Now. Grand Cleric Victoire wishes to make an enemy of the Inquisition. I'll give her what she wants. Doesn't Victoire have a young cousin? Lord Firmin? She dotes on him.
Yes, mistress. I believe that is so.
Good. Have him collected. He shall be an honored
Getting
guest.
scary, Liliana.
And make sure the Grand Cleric hears about it.
At your command.
You're dealing with the Grand Cleric a little harshly, don't you think?
Harsh times call for harsh measures, Inquisitor. You see, when I'm ruthless, it gets us where we need to be. It's something to be proud of. Why fix it? How funny that her regret is what finally puts my own to rest. I chose to become her left hand, knowing what it meant. It was my weakness that stopped me from fully committing to my task.
You have a good heart. It's not a weakness.
You are too kind, Inquisitor. Call it what it is. The Inquisition needs me just as the Divine did, to do what no one else dares. Death and deception are my trade. It is what I am. It is what I always will be. Inquisitor?
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
I'll leave you to your work.
Alright, wait a minute. What was that? I could just fast travel to Danan Hanin, but no, I won't. I want to run around. Let's grab Dorian, coal, and iron bowl. Actually, I really want. I don't really like having Solus around. But we'll roll with Dorian. The spirit you control takes on your likeness and fights on your behalf for a short time. The spirit draws magic. You cannot be revived by any means until the spirit leaves. Let's go across the river here. Oh wow. Valasdalen. Elves have their heroes just as we do. They honor the Valasdalen, life trees of these legendary figures, planted in remembrance of those who dedicated their lives to the Dalish kingdom. These trees grew into a mighty wood, a testament to the elves' force at their height. Walk beneath the Valasdalen with reverence. Remember that each of them once had a name. Vahara conquered the human city of Monsimar.
Your worship.
What's up, dudes? The Dalish believe Mathalin was the first of the Emerald Knights, and the first to hold of Evanura, the Blade of Honor forged in Halam Shara for his hand. Oh my god, I just love the amount of lore that's to be found. Tanalith was a smith and the High Keeper of June. Spent her years rediscovering the arts of Arlathan. Sulan was Matheline's squire. He walked always with a wolf at his side. Breathos protected the Dales from human incursion. When humans sent missionaries and Templars, he turned them away. Lindaranai was the last to hold the blade of Anura. With her fell the Dales, the sword was lost. That sounds like I could find the sword. Oh, he's gonna throw a fucking rock at me. Dalish revere Eleonora for her tireless work reviving the magical arts of lost Darlathan. Embrium, I don't need any of that. Ralafaran was a great lord of Elven Halam Shral. The Ralafaran tribe existing today believes they descend from him. There's so many things to find. I love it. Am I here, dragon? Kalmar was Elnora's apprentice and first, and a friend to the Hala. Right here, dragon. Ooh, level 20. What the fuck? Does it mean the dragon is level 20 as well? I don't know. See, now we're back to just level 16.
It's what the mages is after.
One less problem for Cassandra to worry about.
Okay. Well, it's back here. There is a road. That's a new plant. And
Perhaps we should search about a bit.
Mackay's Epic Single Malt. This whiskey is older than the maker and smoother than Elven Baby Butt. God damn it. Let's just ignore the troll. I'm guessing the dragon is probably at Last Wishes. Whatever that quest. Wherever that quest takes me to. Or it's closer than that. It's right there. Awfully close.
There was a lady in the tower. She cried, but no one heard.
That is exceptionally depressing, Cole. Thank you. I wonder if I can get up into that tower. Whoa! Bitch! Oh. Fuck you. Among the others, take a note from the red lyrium smugglers in the Dales as a note from the ringleader to his lieutenants. Beware the red lyrium. Our mage claims it's much more potent than the blue. Like serving brandy in an ale tankard, he said. 2 nights later, he went crazy, frothing and screaming. We had to lock him in the warehouse. Looks like lyrium madness, but comes on faster. It's not all bad. Our new client, Samson, has his agents buying anyone who gets sick for gold. When they bought the mage, I asked why. Samson's people said, to make something better of him. For what they're paying, he must have something bloody spectacular lined up. Have the men be extra careful around the crates. Tell me if any come down sick. Keep the why to yourselves.
Another
guys.
letter mentioning Samson. And papers with names. Cullen could use this.
Let's look around here. Looks like it's just a sheer drop down. Yep. But this is... Okay, I know this area. We've been here before. Yep, I know what this area. Okay. Alright, so I'm guessing the dragon here is probably level 20.
Plenty of cover here for an ambush.
Alright, Bull, why are you thinking about ambushing things? Like, I don't... So far, I don't see what we would need to ambush. You know? God damn it, is the troll gonna come towards me? It is. Ignore it. We're just gonna keep running. Keep moving. Suffer some lag drops. Frame drops here. South Finger Tower. That is a terrible name for that tower, man. Why would you name something Finger? Climb it. Looks like no, I cannot get to the tower. Beans. Some lyrium here, though, and I do want to destroy it. Dragon! Chassin Sackmead, a brutishly strong honey liquor, reminiscent of warm summer days. Apple blossoms on the wind, with an unexpected aftertaste of father going off to war. Never to return. Bitter, to say the least. Well, that's fucking depressing. Oh, the We're just gonna save. These appear to be the scribbled notes of a scholar named Erwin Cavey. The elements have ruined most of the writing. Oh, many times have I sought information on the Dalish only to find that it is, once again, a tale told by Keeper Gisharel of the Ralafaran clan. We can't have one keeper from years ago be our sole source of knowledge in the Dalish. There must be other voices in the Dalish clans, other perspectives that the elves cannot all be as hostile as most would. A dark smear obscures the writing. Conclude that it is our prejudice speaking. When we repeat these damaging untruths. When I return, when the university will finally acknowledge my contributions to Theodosian history. Ferdinand Genetivi, step aside. Remarkably difficult to locate. I'm walking in circles. But take heart, Erwin. This is all in for good cause. There must be someone in this forest who can point me to the Dalish. I'll ask the next person I come. Twisted tree, right? Greater Mistral. Hi, dragon. Are you super high level? No, you're not. Ow. Hi, dragon. Stun, bitch. Bull, do your thing. Oh, run! I always hate this part about the fighting dragons, when they just fly away. God damn it. Okay, he's at half. It's something at least. Oh shit. He's bleeding. We got bleed on him. Cole, is that you? Uh-oh. Alright, that was a good chunk of damage right there. He's almost dead. Move, move, move. Get it, Rock. Come on, Flying Rock. The Green Lantern chasing after something. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry, Bull. Uh-oh. Sorry, Cole. Yay! Dragon down. Five out of 10, Jesus. Helm of the Inquisitor, you say? Hmm. Got my name on it. Oh, it's that helmet. Yeah, it looks terrible. The last leader of the original Inquisition went by the name Amerdin, a renowned dragon hunter conscripted into the order for his heroic reputation as well as his skills as a warrior. Records of the era paint him either as a passionate man determined to do his part to restore order, or as a man of faith, ultimately uninterested in the intricacies of leadership but willing to do what he could for the greater good. A close friend of Cordelis Dracon, the Orlesian emperor responsible for the Chantry's creation, Amerdin vanished soon after the Inquisition's dissolution. Some believe he went on a failed dragon hunt. Others say he dropped out of sight so as to not overshadow the newly created Templar Order. Whatever the truth, despite an extensive search ordered by the Emperor, he was never seen again. Gasp. Oh, that armor looks so sick on... The helmet is just oversized, but that's just a common theme, I feel, with all of the helmets in Dragon Age. Oversized helmets. They're compensating for something in my mind. Harbor Blessing. Have I found that yet? The answer to that is no. The tree on the hill made me deeply uneasy. I chose not to camp there, even though the view was something to behold. Later on, at a tavern in Ville-Montevelin, I heard the tale. Before the Dales were conquered, elves would capture humans who trespassed and string their heads from the branches of that twisted tree. Oh. Ooh. Use your staff's energy to fill the area with sympathetic magic. Each basic attack shortens your active cooldown times. Okay, now we just scatter. Ooh, Everite? I don't know if I have any of that. Actually, I probably do. But it's I think it's a higher level material, so we will pick it up. I'm actually kind of surprised I was able to kill that fucking dragon, man. Whom's the fuck are you? Oh, you're Inquisition soldiers.
We've had some luck.
Good to know. For some reason, it's not letting me loot it. So, thanks. Thanks for trying.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
It was good to do that.
It was. Dorian, are you gonna say anything about it or no? You're just gonna stay invisible. There really isn't. Cole approves. Nice. Is there anything else to like find? Any more bits of lore scattered about here? Hmm? What's this? Prophet's laurel? No, I don't need any of that. Hmm. Is this gonna be... Where am I? I am here. The group of elves are investigating a tomb somewhere in the Emerald Graves that may hold secrets of great historical significance. I should probably have Solus here for this. They really do make Solus feel like integral to a lot of the things happening in this goddamn story. This is probably where I can find... Let's see, Emerald Graves, Maganon's related codex. This is near a tree on the right-hand side of the front, so that's actually super fucking easy to find. Actually, it's not even on the right, it's on... Nice. Alright, let's go inside the tomb. Then we will have finished off the Emerald Graves. That's a nug.
Dalish. They've been murdered.
Most of them are unarmed. Some don't even have defensive wounds. They were taken by surprise.
There should be Inquisition soldiers here.
That's not good. Banan Hanin. No, I'm grabbing Solus for this. We need him. This is an Elven thing. I need Solus. I change. If I could change party members from here. Oh. Alright, we're going Cole, Solus, Iron Bull. And let's go back to Danan Hanin. Oh shit, I almost missed this mosaic piece too. That cannot do.
These are our men.
Curse the past, the place where lies were born. For beneath their sun our people fall. The lands their lady once bestowed, now stolen in her name. So when these words are read, we shall be gone. Whatever that means. Oh, if this place is what it gives us the lore that I think it gives us, it's a good thing I went back for Solus. That's up there.
Predatoria. Hey, Ritz, you know who I am?
What's in here? Oh, just with scout armor. Yeah, right. What are the Venatori doing here? Well, shit. The Coryphifus. Coryphipussy. Wants things. He wants elven stuff.
Coryphus's men had part of a seal. Do they even know what it opens?
The elves didn't have to die.
No, they didn't, Cole. No, they didn't. Cry for the past, only there does glory dwell. For here the bow is strung, the sword bequeathed, the vows sworn. So glory was born within the hearts
The
of
Emerald Knights. They once patrolled the borders of the Dales, protecting the elven people. The Dalish saw them as romantic heroes. The Chantry called them ruthless butchers. I suspect both sides have some element of truth.
Knight's Hall. Howdy, y'all. Sploosh. Before the ages were named or numbered, our people were glorious and eternal and never changing. Like the great oak tree, they were constant in their traditions, strong in their roots and ever reaching for the sky. They felt no need to rush when life was endless. They worshipped their gods for months at a time. Decisions came after decades of debate, and an introduction could last for years. From time to time, our ancestors would drift into centuries-long slumber. But this was not death, for we know they wandered the fade in dreams. In those ages, our people called all the land of Hanan, which in the old language means place of our people. And at the center of the world stood the great city of Arlathan, a place of knowledge and debate, where the best of the ancient elves would go to trade knowledge, greet old friends, and settle disputes that had gone on for millennia. But while our ancestors were caught up in the forever cycle of ages, drifting through life at what we today would consider an intolerable pace, the world outside the lush forests and ancient trees was changing. The humans first arrived from Parvalen to the north, called Shemlen or Quicklings by the ancients. The humans were pitiful creatures whose lives blinked by in an instant. When they first met the elves, the humans were brash and warlike, quick to anger and quicker to fight, with no patience for the unhurried pace of elven diplomacy. But the humans brought worse things than war with them. Our ancestors proved susceptible to human diseases, and for the first time in history, elves died of natural causes. What is more, those elves who spent time bartering and negotiating with humans found themselves aging, tainted by the humans' brash and impatient lives. Many believed that the ancient gods had judged them unworthy of their long lives and cast them down among the quicklings. Our ancestors came to look upon the humans as parasites, which I understand is similar to the way the humans see our people in the cities. The ancient elves immediately moved to close Elfhanan off from the humans, feared that this quickening effect would crumble the civilization. Although Arlathan is told by Gisharel, keeper of the Ralafan clan of the Dalish elves. That man is everywhere. What would be the incorrect way to go, though? Go over here. Perhaps. Maybe this will be the wrong way. Oh, wait a minute. I missed a corpse. Don't worry. I'm coming back. Actually, leading me. No, I think it's gonna circle around. Fuck.
Let's look around.
Sing for the past or rest those who came before. For each night a seed was sown, roots twisting with their brothers and sisters. So the forest grew, a reflection of our might. You. No damage. Ooh, mosaic piece. That's somewhere I can get to? I don't think it is. No. It's not a place for me to go. Why'd I jump down? I need to be up here. Oopsie, oopsie poopsie. I'll go down that way. Oh, open sesame, please, and thank you. Okay, that wasn't really worth it. Okay, we got a ladder down. We're gonna ignore that. Parkour. Actually, shit. Aha. It's just money, though. How much gold? Less than 100. Yeah. Love it. Cole, I need you to work your magic. Yeah, skeleton. Lovely. Oh, yes. Hallowed tombs. Right, that's not foreboding at all. Could go down that way. Let's stay on level for. There's so much. There is so much. It's a tad bit overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed very easily. Where the fuck does that go? God damn it. Forget not the past. It is all that remains for each night. A seed was sown. Roots twisting. Wait. Forget not the past. It is all that remains. For each night, a seed was sown. Roots twisting with their brothers and sisters. So the forest remains a reflection of our sorrow. Right at the steez. Oh man. Ooh, hello. Neat, tight script preserves a final epitaph for the fallen. Fire stirred, ever an impatient heart, but she would not be moved. Siona, Valandine, Anasal, Anaste. Arrows along the spine, the child cried, sheltered by his form. Talim, Valandine, Anasal, Anaste. Tell us, what does that mean? The fuck? Alright. Do we really gotta run all the way back around? Down? I don't want to jump down. I never like jumping down. Then I can get hurt. I could end up separated from my friends. Why am I talking like that? I hate myself. I'm not jumping down that way. We'll go the long way around. We will jump from here, though. Alright, continue along this way. Ooh! Ow! Ow. Where the fuck are my friends? Where the fuck did they go? Fucking above me, dude. These bitches. God damn it. So y'all know how to teleport then, but you couldn't fucking teleport when I needed you? The fuck? That Solo's now you teleport. Hold on, got to read the lore. Mourn for the past and all that was left there. For we trusted in dreams and perceived immortality. We trusted in promises and in hope. So we dreamed in vain, for we lost these gifts long ago. Excuse me, sir. Do you have time? No, you don't. Stay the fuck down. Frail, faltering in the darkness. Though imperfect, her voice a balm. Andrale, Falandin, Anasal, Naste. Still don't know what the fuck that means. Cole, the fuck are you doing, boy? Oh, shit. Motherfuckers, Why is this such a pain in the ass, man? Yeah, this is ominous.
I can feel another of the elven artifacts.
Not but blood and torn flesh, but a mother knows a child. Soran, Felendin, Anasel, Anaste.
That should help ward off demons.
You ask what happened to Arlathan? Sadly, we do not know. Even those of us who keep the ancient lore have no record of what truly happened. What we have are accounts of the days before the fall, and a fable of the whims of the gods. The human world was changing even as the elves slept. Clans and tribes gave way to a powerful empire called Tevinter, which, and for what reason we do not know, moved to conquer Elvehenan. When they breached the great city of Arlathan, our people, fearful of disease and loss of immortality, chose to flee rather than fight. With magic, demons, and even dragons at their behest, the Tevinter Imperium marched easily through Arlathan, destroying homes and galleries and amphitheaters that had stood for ages. Our people were corralled as slaves, and human contact quickened their veins until every captured elf turned mortal. The elves called to the ancient gods, but there was no answer. As to why the gods didn't answer, our people left only a legend. They say that Fen-Haral, the dread wolf and lord of tricksters, approached the ancient gods of good and evil and proposed a truce. The gods of good would remove themselves to heaven, and the lords of evil would exile themselves to the abyss, neither group ever again to enter the other's lands. But the gods did not know that Fen-Haral had planned to betray them, and by the time they realized the dread wolf's treachery, they were sealed in their respective realms, never again to interact with the mortal world. It is a fable, to be sure, but those elves who traveled to beyond claim that Fen-Haral still roams the world of dreams. God damn it. Keeping watch over the gods lest they escape from their prisons. Whatever the case, Arlathan had fallen to the very humans our people had once considered mere pests. It is said that the Tevinter Magisters used their great destructive power to force the very ground to swallow Arlathan whole, destroying eons of collected knowledge, culture, and art, the whole of elven lore left only to memory. Damn, he's dead. No, he's not. Now he is. Alright, so that takes us back out to the Elm of Graves. So now we must go lower. First check. Okay. Wait. Alright, so I have been through there. Let's go down the stairs instead of the ladder. One more remains. One more. Is there anything? Oh. Bitch. Okay, there's that. Oh, hello. Hey, you're dead. Veil. I wasn't done with you, Mr. Veilfire. Get your ass back here. You Veilfire braziers. I'm gonna light them all. Look at the cam. This feels right.
This is it. I wonder what the elves left here.
Seems like a place I don't really want to know. Huh? Hello? Two emerged within an eve. As one they fought, as one fell. Ren, Elan, Valandine, and Acela and Este. Oh, hello. Y'all didn't realize y'all meant business like this. I want to explore first before grabbing whatever the fuck that is. Ooh, new sword. There. Who the fuck do I still have to fight? Who's still alive? Where are you? Excuse me. Please die. Thank you. There's something maybe over here. There is a chest. Let me grab it. I hope that's a thing that I can use. Be nice. Watch it be something I can't fucking use. My inventory at 56 out of 60. Okay. We're still good. Palandrin, our brother, Palandine guide you, Maker guide you. Let here the truth be kept, lest you be remembered a traitor, or our sorrows seem a passing woe. Though you swore to serve our people, there were those questioning your heart. Too often had we fought with humans along our borders and too often had we fought with humans along our borders until the beginning was lost to memory. Rumors of an abduction stirred. As always, their chantry was swift to spread lies. In haste and anger, they killed Siona's sister for wandering too near the hunter's path. You carried her body back to us. You mourned with us, yet your heart was distracted. Siona begged for vengeance, and you turned away. More and more, you vanished without word or explanation. When whispers rose that you would swear yourself to their maker, we feared what would come. Siona sought to save you, to bring you back to us. She had lost a sister, must she also lose a brother? Beneath the trees, she saw you with a woman, the one who turned you from us. The woman gestured toward the village, you and she turned to gaze upon the chantry's walls. Siona returned. She told us how humans were turning you against us, how their lies must have filled you. As a loyal servant to the Maker's cause, you would betray our secrets. When we went to ask if there was truth in this, you were already gone. So we sought to stop you. With haste, Siona led her people to the village. There we would challenge you. There we would bring you back to us, or to justice. In the dim of a moonless night, she saw Siona through the trees. She raced toward Siona, a cry on her lips and something in her hand. Siona's arrow flew, so the woman fell. The name Elandrin dying on her lips, Daisy slipping from her grasp. The men of the village suspected the girl's flight and heard the scream. They fell upon the elves, but were no match. Siona's haste surpassed your own. You knelt beneath the tree's blood-soaked petals clinging to your clothes from a final embrace. When more humans came, you would not be moved, and they would not listen. Their arrows found your heart, and you fell beside her. We found your body in the river where they cast you aside. She was taken by her own. It was not the end, but your part is past. Rest now as our honored brother once more, a wreath of daisies at your brow, the letter she carried in your hand. Whoever guides you, whoever guides her, may your souls meet once more in the beyond. Adeline, what care have I for gods I have never seen, for a maker I do not know? Let others distract themselves with such lofty concerns. I know only this life, I have seen only this world, and I care only for you. Perhaps your priestess distrusts the sincerity of uncivilized elves. If she must hear me say I will follow the Maker, so be it. Your God intercedes as much as ours. My life will not change. I will return in 2 weeks' time. My heart longs for you till then, and will remain with you forever after, Elandrin.
It's an account of the Red Crossing. When the elves attacked that town, it prompted the exalted march of the Dales. The Dalish would want to see this. I imagine the Chantry would be interested in it as well.
Anyone gonna say anything about who to sell it to? No? Huh. Alright. Cry for the past shall claim us all, for here rest our saviors newly slain. Others lie beyond our reach, so we remember. Let the true name burn away and enter Dinan Hanim, the place where glory ends. Andrale, whose song inspired, Saran with bow in hand, Siona, who kept the bridge, Talim, who saved the child, Rin, who led them out, Elan, who kept watch, Elandrin, whom we betrayed. A blank space follows the names, as if more were to be carved. More were to be carved, so something happened here to the elves. Is there more to uncover, perhaps? No. No, there is not. totally returning the histories to the Dalish. I'm not a scumbag. It would be so fucked up to sell it to the Chantry. Like, it is so obvious which one's the better one. Because, like, if it were, give the histories to the Chantry, give the histories to the Dalish, that's one thing, right? But one very clearly is indicating to you that it is the negative because it is saying you will profit off this one. Whereas the other is like, be a good person, return it to the Dalish. Nice use of language there, BioWare. I am under your secrets. Let's see. There's like a locked thing, but I think I already opened that. So we are just going to leave. Now are I'm guessing that what they mean by Dalish, they mean the Dalish in the western, not the western approach, the Exalted Plains. Yep. Gotta go back there for Vivian's quest. Damn it. I don't wanna. Keep her howling.
It's good to see you again.
I found something about Red Crossing in Danan Hanin.
If you went to the Emerald Graves, did you see Tavin and the others?
They were killed. I'm sorry.
I am too. Sorry, but not surprised. Thank you for bringing this to me. It is part of our tale and will be cherished. May your gods watch over you, friend. It's good to see you again. May your...
Wahoo! Now what kind of stuff do the elves sell here?
Welcome again, friend.
Ah, yes, the robes of the High Keeper. It's only one. It's so bad. 193? And only tier 2 armor schematics. Pinky poo poo. No! Give me a swatch back, holy shit. Is this two-handed? It is. I don't think it's better though. We'll only keep Sigil of Lyrium, no. Obtain the heart of a snowy wyvern. Alright. Gilanain. I already forgot how to pronounce that. Gilanain. Gilanain, I think that's how the elves like to pronounce it. Good. It's running from me. That's good. Means I don't have to fight it. Means less work. We'll take it. there's this wyvern. And I guess probably... there. Okay, give Vivian the heart. Got a couple things to do in Skyhold now. And a new trials reward. Love to see it.
What can I do for you, my dear? Is it too much to hope that you've brought me the heart of the snowy wyvern?
If you want the wyvern's heart, you'll tell me what you're using it for.
I can do better, darling. Give me the heart, and I'll show you what it's for. Will that suffice?
All right. 1 heart as requested.
How kind of you. Please accept this as your payment. I must begin work immediately. I should apologize. I must admit that I'd completely misjudged you, Inquisitor. I would like you to come with me to see this through.
Okay. I'll follow you. Oh, where we get? Oh, I know. I remember now. It's coming back. It's coming back. We get to see Vivian actually has a heart.
This should only take a moment, Inquisitor. I'm here, my darling.
Vivienne,
Yes, darling.
it's going to be all right, my love.
My darling? Bastien?
Vivienne, I'm sorry.
There's nothing here now.
Damn. I fucking hate that it does this, man. Stop teleporting me so fucking far away. Just put me back to where I was. Ugh. That's so fucking frustrating. There isn't a quick like, there's no good, like, in-between spot to fast travel. Like, no. The one up at the top of this tower isn't really all that much faster than mess. I'm just running.
Bastien is dead. I can hardly believe. It was the Wintersend Ball. My first visit to the Imperial Palace. The Circle sent a dozen of us to entertain the nobility. I was in awe of everyone and everything, and then our eyes met. Bastien spent the entire ball at my side. The Dowager tried to have him killed for slighting her, but he didn't care.
Obviously he was smitten, but what did you think of him?
He was a dashing rogue, and any defects he might have had were made up for with rank and importance.
Vivian.
It was a more innocent time, I suppose. Now he's gone, and I must write to his son Laurent. And his sister will make a terrible fuss if she isn't informed first. And I'll need to arrange for the Chantry services. Maker only knows how long that will take.
If I can help you, just say the word.
No, my dear. I'll handle everything. Excuse me, I have so much to do. Yes?
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Why don't you tell me more about your Duke?
Bastien was the leader of the Council of Heralds. The only person who could bring that rabble into line. He could charm a bird out of its feathers, and frequently did. I remember once, he broke up a fight between Prosper de Montfort and the Dowager with a joke and a glass of wine. Oh, Bastien. I'm sorry, my dear. I don't think I can discuss this.
That's quite alright.
Yes?
Alright. Let's talk to Gatsy because we're finished.
She's stone mad, Inquisitor.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Here you go, Inquisitor. I wrote up some thoughts. Hope it adds to the effort.
We'll read that one eventually. Let's go to Cullen.
The smugglers we interrogated gave up the Red Templars' main source of red lyrium, Inquisitor. It's located in the Dales, near a town called Sarnia. Destroying the mine there will cripple Samson's operations.
Excellent work, Commander. I'll investigate the mine.
Destroying the Red Templars' source of lyrium will be a loss Samson won't soon forget. Yes?
That's all for now.
Alright. We only have, I think, probably Josephine to send out. The others are on pretty long missions, if I recall.
Your worship.
Nope, she was doing something in Peru. Tethras, are you still skipping out on meetings? You'd have a copy of this already if you showed up once in a while. Not that I mind. I'm happy enough to trade you a worthless piece of parchment for 1,000-crown debt, Jarek. Note has been added at the bottom on the other hand. Message deciphered. Translation follows. My name is Varric Tethras, and I'm a Bronto-licking backstabber who steals customers. Scrivener. Alright. Worthy Dwarf, Harvest of History. I want the one... Inquisitor, if you believe it would be helpful, I would be pleased to take the Bull's chargers into Orlais to meet with mercenaries currently serving our Legion nobles who wish to rebel. A well-placed word from one professional to another could pull the teeth from
I
the
have
enemy.
not asked in a while. How goes the hunt for Samson?
We're close. I know it.
If I can help you any further.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, Josephine. Well, the charger thing, I can lean on it.
At your service.
Oh, yeah, Josie? Oh, Emprise de Lyon is where Samson will be. Let's bring Paul, Solus, Iron Ball. Ooh, snowy map. Yay! Oh shit, I forgot.
Inquisitor.
We have to teleport back to
Scout Harding.
We're on the outskirts of Sarnia. This is what's left of the town. The lucky ones got out before the river froze over. The rest, penned in by Fade Rifts and Red Templars. We're the first friendly face they've seen in a long, long while.
How did an entire river freeze so quickly?
It got really cold, really quickly. Sarnia relies on its river for everything. Trade, food. They weren't expecting
magic
this.
snow.
I should look in on the townsfolk. See what they can tell me.
I'm sure they'll appreciate it. The Red Templars have been mounting frequent attacks. They want Emprise de Lyon. Bad. Let's get out there and take it back from them.
Word for you.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
My dear Empress Celine, I agree. It is strange how some people view the Free Marches. On a map, they see its name emblazoned on the vales south of the Minanta River and assume it to be a nation just as Ferelden is. They imagine a single ruler, a single army, and a common culture. But nothing could be further from the truth. Our dour, serious folk in Tanterville are not at all like the wild revelers of Wycombe, who in turn are nothing like the self-important traders of Kirkwall. We are many nations squashed under one name on a map because the truth won't fit inside the borders. A lovely saying I heard once. We have a prince in Starkhaven, a margrave in Ansburg, a Tairn in Ostwick, and a viscount in Kirkwall. Yet we accept no king in the Free Marches. At least not since Pyrrhus appointed himself king 7 centuries ago, which was immediately and unanimously opposed by our many great nations. We may only come together to face a common enemy, but when we do, we are a formidable ragtag bunch. Did you know that Grey Warden Garahel also united us during the Exalted Age? We marched together proudly to defeat the Darkspawn at Aislay, and immediately afterwards returned to our petty bickering. The most important thing to know about the Free Marches is that we are free. We determine our own destiny, and that pleases us. Beyond that, the only other time we coalesce is when Grand Tourney comes to town. Then we boldly express our pride to any foreigner who will listen. We'll kiss freedom on the lips and even lock arms with a proud Starkhavener. Alas, it lasts only a day, but there's no harm in that, right? A letter written by Lord Chancellor Joffrey Auric of Tanterville to Empress Celine I, 929 Dragon. Alrighty, let's get to our British map. Yeah, it's decent size. It looks about average. Yep, gotta... It's just loot. Okay.
Too many.
Oh, how could you have dropped it? Foolish, clumsy girl. Mama trusted the ring to you when she died.
So, lad, you're getting your sights straight in your first day's topside, so here's some advice. You're not just trading with kin. You're selling to all kinds of folk now, with different customs and tongues. As I've learned here, the most important part of any language is the cussing. It gets you trust, it gets you coin. Most elves you see in the city are servants, and a human looking for a fight might call one knife-ear. If the elf returns with Shem or Quick, blood's about to spill. Those Dalish elves use Flandir to insult the ones who live with humans, like our unenlightened kin below calling us stone-blind up here. Even the humans who pray to some woman they burned alive and her god they call the Maker say something when they knock their shins. It's a curse to say Andraste's, well, any body part really. Maker's breath might get you in with a swaggering fool, but the lady priests won't be pleased. Chantry folk also don't like mages. You hear a mage called a spellbind hide anything flammable. Then there are all those beautiful words that just mean sod it. When the loose cobblestone flips and the ankle cracks, an elf will cry, Venedis. Well, a human might, damn it. A Kunari will mumble, Vashadan. I've even heard a couple Tevinters yell, Kafar. If any of these get aimed at you, hopefully all that gets killed is a sail. Note from Hardle, a surface merchant dwarf to an apprentice adjusting to life outside Oslo.
Templars will get it bad, Templars. Demons with thrusted faces. They'll find the small blue house, they'll find the ring. Stupid girl, how could you?
How do I... It won't let me examine it.
No, I dropped it. It's gone. Gone.
How do I grab this fucking shit? Yeah. Oh, this fucking beat.
No, I dropped it. It's gone.
I'm guessing I just find the fucking ring.
Omega, here.
Records show that Sarnia's granite quarry has been in financial trouble for at least a year. Ansem says the Duchess of Severin's household has cancelled their order. The Duchess has decided instead to donate the gold set aside for a new fountain to the Empress's war effort, and Ansem won't send a boat to take the merchandise I prepared for him. He says if he can't sell it, it just takes up space in his warehouse. Maybe another trader will take it off my hands. It's some of the finest quality we've pulled in recent years. No new orders. I can't get rid of the blocks meant for the Duchess. No one wants what we offer, not while the war rages. I've had to close the quarry. I can't pay the workers. Soon they'll leave for the city. Sarnia will die.
The meal.
Thank you, madame.
Rian, I have a hankering for that Dalish cheese you stocked last year. What happened to it? It's not really Dalish, is it? I asked the last Dalish hunters who came to the village to trade, and they looked at me like I'd grown a tree out of my head. Whatever it is, let me know if you get more. I would give anything for another taste, Denise.
Ah, the Inquisition.
That was generous of you.
I do what I can. I am partly to blame for all this. The Red Templars are here because, fool that I am, I sold them my family's quarry. They've taken every worker. We haven't seen them in weeks. And it's not enough. They keep coming, taking more people. And there's nothing I can do to stop them.
How could you have sold land to the Red Templars?
I didn't know. I swear by Andraste's spire. They look like knights, chevaliers. Such pretty speeches. They said they would reopen the quarry, bring employment and trade back to Sarnia. We'd been struggling since the war began. How could I refuse? It was good for a time. People went to work, they were paid. Then they stopped coming home. After that, the Red Templars stopped pretending.
What do you mean the Red Templars take workers?
People just disappear. First those who worked the quarry, then they took people from their homes. I don't know why. I just prayed they'd leave me and my family alone.
Omega, hear my cry.
I fucking it's bothering me. It's right fucking there, but I can't do anything.
Omega, why have you allowed this to happen? My little brother of the war, and now my sweet Louis dead.
Oh, that's rough, buddy. Unstone? That's new. Ooh. Ah. Check to see if there's anything at the edge of the waterfall. No, nothing. Alright. What's that? Snooflu? I think I've killed one of those already.
There she is. It was like going to sleep.
What the fuck are you talking about, Cole? My man, stop being so goddamn cryptic, okay? More bloodstone, don't need that. Oh, hello, Fade Rift. I'm gonna shut you down. Oh, I bet there's probably something to read over in that campfire. How do I time this right here? Ooh, Pelandaris. There it is. Finally have some. Tracks her to the edge of High Grove. I know she's here, somewhere. I can sense it. Gave me the slip. She's cunning. Hunter and hunted round and round in circles. It's a game, a dance, or ritual. It wouldn't be the same without it. Tracks head to the ruins. She might be resting. I need the element of surprise. Leave everything unnecessary behind. Go in light and quick. She's not going to get away. Not this time. Thrash vine.
It's one of the mages, because is up.
One less problem for Cassandra to worry about.
There's all of them handled. quest we've had for quite a long-ass time. Gotta do these stupid hops to get up a stupid pair of stairs. They say you shouldn't bring home girls you find near Fade Rifts, but they don't know. I saved Colette. She came from a cold, empty place. No one cared about her. Now she's here and we'll be together forever. She's all I ever wanted. I know she loves me. I feel her love in everything she does to me, even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. I've never been happy. Sir. Is this you? We gotta get up the bridge.
Let them succeed.
Brother, you're dead. When the sun shines upon the waters of the cascade falling from their great height, they seem for all the world like a cascade of crystals pouring out of an unseen hand. Ah, Brother Genitivi bathes here. I wonder if his... Do you think the bathwater still lingers after all this time? Slurp slur. Let me get a taste. Anything down there? Doesn't look like it. Elven ruin. I love me some elven ruins. Be lore here. I like lore. Give it to me. Find the ruins. Well, I found the ruins. Here. A note ripped to bits by an anger hand, pieced together back together. It reads, "Leave me alone or I swear I'll kill you." What? The fuck happened? I would like to know what happened. Here, wolves.
They can only return to the Maker if they become real. Why can't they be forgiven as they are?
People say they lack the ability to learn or grow.
Yes?
But the more contact you have with this world, the more ability you gain.
Why would they want to prove the Maker wrong? He's already far away.
It isn't about right and wrong. It's about attention when you think you've been forgotten.
And rolling the ball so it goes in the hole.
Guys, y'all are too smart for me. Whatever that gibberish means. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, excuse me. I believe this cat belongs to me. Inquisition in the area. Strike fast and let them through. Fournier. Well, I'm through. Hi, how are you? Hold on, I want to see, will I be able to pick up that stupid fucking quest now? We got a logging camp over here. I can't pick it up now.
Michel de Chauvin at your service, your worship. I saw the Inquisition's banners from afar. Never expected to see the Herald of Andraste himself.
Michel de Chauvin. I know your story. You were disgraced and banished from court for treachery.
There's much more than that, but it ends the same way. What does it matter? Despite all, I have a strong arm, a stout heart, and I still serve Ole.
Are you here to guard the people?
As much as I can, although this was not my original intention. I hunt a demon. This one calls itself Imshale, and has settled in Suladin Keep, up in the hills. Imshale is free because I made a mistake. I will see him destroyed. Now that the Inquisition is here, perhaps the Red Templars who guard the keep can be routed. All I need is one chance.
I need to know more about Imshale.
A desire demon, more cunning than anything I have encountered. And I have played the game. Imshale has roamed the land for some time. If anything, he will have grown in power. Why he is here in Emprise de Lyon, however, is anyone's guess. Perhaps he has gained the cooperation of the Red Templars, or vice versa.
What's in Suladin Keep?
Red Templars, so far as I can tell. Suladin is an elven fortress, left to crumble. The locals always avoided it, believing it the haunt of ancient elven spirits.
You know where the demon is. Why wait?
I am but one man. Suladin Keep is guarded by Red Templars. While I would happily give my life for this, I would not give it in vain.
You could serve the Inquisition. We have use for strong arms and stout hearts.
No, not until Imshale is defeated.
Oh, okay, I know what to do.
No, I dropped it. It's gone. Gone.
Oh. Where the fuck did she drop it? Oh my god, all the way back there, man. Alright, first, we're gonna go back to Skyhome. And we're gonna distribute things. I think I also have to distribute some powers. Skills. Sarah. Flask of Lightning. Korean. Paul. Vivian. Solus. Varric. Oh, me. Let's pick up.
Your worship.
My worship. Yes. Indeed. Inventory. Alright, let's see here. Sandra. That's way better. Shield. Best watch. Let's see. Two-handed. We do have a couple two-handed. And bull. Ooh. Much better. Oh yeah, we don't have Blackwall right now. Let's see here. This isn't gonna be better than Cole's because his are, yeah. But Sarah might get a use out of it. Yeah, we'll swap it. Armor. The mask is not actually cursed, though many believe that the people associated with it are. The House of Maroc, the traditional rulers of Alferman, went through a period in the late Exalted Age where almost every member of their large family met a tragic end. It reached the point where the Marocs were shunned out of fear, justified or not. Their curse might be contagious. Lady Louise de Maroc, wife of Count Evrim, who had passed away from poisoned grapes only days before, made a public show of destroying the Maroc mask and having a new one crafted. Something almost unheard of. The death stopped, and despite Lady Louise's efforts, the previous mask became a much sought-after rarity. Alright, we're not gonna... It's Dorian. Cole. No, we're not gonna swap his assassin hat. Vivian, you keep that. Solus. It looks so much worse. Alright, light armor. Solus. Vivian. Right. Medium armor. Let's have no, we're not going to swap any of that. Okay. Accessories. Nope and nope. Sell this stuff. And let's send Liliana out on a mission. And then we'll do some codex reading to end it. Compliments to your spy master. She is a resourceful woman. Once he traced our agent to Cayman Brea, the match was ruled in her favor. Tell Sister Liliana to call off her dogs. Save them for Corypheus. We suspect also that she has gotten all she can from Sir Helmuth, a caterpillar on a leaf, as I know there is a forest about him. You will hear no more from us. Our intention was to watch, and we have seen enough. Corypheus threatens us all, and the Inquisition is Thetis' only hope for stopping him. Remember that. For the moment, we are not your enemy. As a gesture of goodwill, we share our knowledge. May it prove valuable in your coming battle. On behalf of powers across the sea, the Executors. That's kind of fucking ominous. Liliana informs me that your contacts in the underworld could aid in having Rainier released from prison. This route would conveniently mask the Inquisition's involvement. An offer whispered in the right circles, a dozen factions vying for our favor. We'll see who deserves the most. Right, just a couple minutes of reading then. Codex reading. Characters. Constable of the Grey, Silverite Wings of Valor. Hardly relevant now. They are Warden Blackwell's achievements, and the man we thought to be him was someone else entirely. It explains why I had scanned information on Blackwell. He must have been lying low for years. I compiled everything I had on Thomas Rainier. Read on. What follows a history on Thomas Rainier, prepared for delivery by Sister Liliana. Rainier was born in Markham, a city-state in the Free Marches. There's little information on his early life, but he was already a skilled warrior by the time he turned 18. Hoping to make his fortune, he joined the Grand Tourney, that great marcher contest of arms. He won the melee, proving himself and earning a substantial sum of gold. What happened to the coin Rainier won in the tourney is a mystery. 2 years later, he appeared in Orlais no richer than at 18. Still, he leveraged his abilities and lingering fame to gain a place in the Orlesian army. Rainier excelled as a soldier, rising through the ranks quickly to become a captain with a number of men under him. Rainier's men were fiercely loyal, and our sources believe that many would have gladly defied a higher command at his word. On the surface, Rainier safeguarded his men's interests, but a further investigation reveals that he was primarily concerned with his own advancement and profit. Rainier's desire to amass a fortune likely explains his involvement in the massacre of Lord Vincent Callier and his family. Our sources tell us that Rainier was approached by a chevalier, Sir Robert Chapuis. Sir Robert supported Grand Duke Gaspard's claim to the throne and wished to enter into his good graces by eliminating Lord Callier, one of Celine's staunchest allies. Chapuis hired Rainier to assassinate Callier and offered him a great deal of coin for it. We have no reason to believe his actions were politically motivated. In the spring of 935, Lord Callier and his family were traveling to their summer home on Lake Celestine when their caravan was ambushed. It is unknown if Rainier realized that Callier would be traveling with his family. Rainier and his men slaughtered Lord Callier and his entourage. They spared not even the children, all 4 under the age of 13. It seems that none of Rainier's men were aware of the true reasons behind the Lord's killing. They simply followed Rainier's orders. Rumors of Rainier's connection to the murders began swirling through the upper ranks of the army and must have given him forewarning. He was gone when guards came to arrest him. His men, however, were not so lucky. Almost all were charged with treason, save a few who managed to get away. Tom Rainier was labeled a traitor and a criminal, but remained at large until now. Watch out for elves in Halam Sharal. Almost no one notices they're even present. A servant scrubbing floors, a waiter filling glasses, under gardeners weeding the border, maids and valets dressing nobles. There's no room, alcove, or alley so private you can't find one there. And they are watching. They are organized. The rumors you have heard of some mastermind leading the elves is no rumor. I have reports that this Briala was Celine's personal spy and assassin, a bard of unusual skill. Who she's working for now, we cannot confirm. Say nothing. They will hear you. Part of a communique intercepted by Inquisition agents. My dear Viscount, I congratulate you on securing an invitation to appear at court. Allow me to present you with these 3 words of advice as a gift. Do not underestimate Celine. You must not mistake her reputation as a diplomat and peacemaker to mean she avoids conflict. Dozens of her enemies litter the bottom of the harbor in Val Royeaux. Negotiation did not send them there. She is as shrewd and ambitious as her grandfather, Judicael I, but unlike him, she knows how to handle the nobility. She built the University of Orlais, the most vehemently opposed project in Elysian history, because she knew how to win the support she needed to overcome even her bitterest rivals. She can keep a pet apostate in front of the Chantry because even the Divine fears her influence. Do enjoy your visit to the palace. Sincerely, Duke Germain. Oh, why is my throat suddenly so itchy? Your Grace, you requested the swiftest, surest method of getting a message to Grand Duke Gaspard, so I have arranged for you to meet with his sister, Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. While she is of the least account among the current heirs to the Elysian throne, her connection to her brother is extremely close. Gaspard will listen to anything she says. Be persuasive. Lady Montaiglon, I can offer no apology for my nephew's behavior the other night. Gaspard has never betrayed any interest in following my advice. In truth, everything he said to you at your dinner party he has also said to me. His resentment at being deprived of the throne has festered for some time, and he was never one to accept defeat gracefully. I would take Gaspard's threats of war seriously. I do not believe my nephew knows how to resolve problems through the use of anything but steel. If his record on the battlefield is any indication, he is quite adept at so doing. I shall be increasing my personal guard directly. Sincerely, Duke Gretien. Monsieur, I too am concerned about this new advisor to the Imperial Court. If Celine is truly curious about magic, why not turn to Madame de Fer with her questions? Why seek out this dark-haired apostate from Ferelden? Why bring the woman here? After a great deal of surveillance, I can reassure you somewhat. I do not believe this Morrigan has our Empress ensorcelled. There is no way to be certain, of course, but the witch and Celine argue often. If Morrigan tells Celine something unpleasant, she will avoid the witch for months before curiosity draws her back. Morrigan has an interest in ancient things, magic from a time before the Chantry even existed, and it is this pursuit that intrigues Celine. Morrigan can answer questions that Madame de Fer either could not or would not. Whether any pertain to blood magic or other forbidden things, that I can only suspect. 3 of my spies disappeared after attempting to breach the spells protecting this woman's laboratory in the depths of the palace. I would raise a fuss, but then my efforts would be revealed, even though I doubt I am alone. The entire court is consumed with curiosity, and the more Celine keeps her on the sidelines, the more we all wish to know. Our Empress plays with fire. Considering she has yet to find herself a husband to solidify the future of her dynasty, these dealings with the apostate are one more nail in the coffin. Yours in trust, Madame de Carnay. Blessed by the vine in spring, I shall not fear the winter's sting. Arbor Blessing is a useful vine that is notoriously difficult to cultivate, as if it had a mind of its own. The wind often carries its minuscule seeds for great distances from the parent plant. It is hard to say what causes the seeds to sprout once they land. However, it has long been believed that comfort and abundance follow where Arbor Blessing goes. Perhaps the vine only chooses conditions that promote rich harvest from domesticated flora. Therefore, see Arbor Blessing in spring, and you shall not grow hungry in winter. The name Pelandaris is Elven, meaning demon weed, which is fitting for this rare plant because it grows only in places where the veil is thin. Pelandaris is easily identified. It's a twisted, wicked-looking shrub with long, thorny shoots and no leaves. A skeletal hand reaching out from an unmarked grave. Many swear the plant radiates a palpable aura of malevolence. So it comes as no surprise that it unnerves many a junior herbalist. Imagine, if you will, the most basic impulses possessed by mankind. Rage, hunger. Perhaps the most primal is fear. Even the youngest of us understands this concept, and the raw power of it drives almost all else. A demon that preys upon fear is not the most sophisticated sort of creature. They mimic forms they see in the nightmares of mortals, hoping to elicit the response they crave. Some of these demons, however, stumble upon terrors that are much more deeply rooted. Fears of the future, of chaos and disorder, of failure. This sort of demon develops a far more refined palate, attacking the psyche of their target rather than seeking a simple scare. Beware the fear demon that gorges upon the terror of not only a single nightmare but of a nation, for it will grow to such a size that it dominates the Fade. Alright, we've got that filled out. The specimen was fresh, killed only a few hours ago by a troop of chevaliers patrolling outside the city. Their captain told me, in a strained and sickly voice, that a group of Red Templars had descended on his men and massacred them. I gave him my condolences, but he seemed not to hear me. The one on my slab was fast, the captain muttered, much nimbler than its bulk had suggested. Imagine my nausea when I opened up the creature and saw that red lyrium had fused to the bones, overgrown its lungs, and spread like a fungus into the brain. As I watched, the red crystal pulsed and spread the smallest fraction of an inch deeper into the flesh of the corpse. Blood drained out of the surrounding tissue, as if the lyrium itself were feeding on it. I have ordered my assistants to wear masks and gloves while burning the body. Posterity forgive me, I want no truck with the forces in that thing. From the diary of Professor Offre, a naturalist studying at the University of Val Royale. Oh, I missed one, god damn it. Now I gotta look for it. Where could you be? Rage Demon. The old gods will call to you, from their ancient prisons they will sing. Dragons with wicked eyes and wicked hearts, on blackened wings does deceit take flight. The first of my children lost tonight. The dissonant Canticle of Silence is an alternate creation story to the version in the Canticle of Threnodies. Much of the Canticle is written from the point of view of the Maker himself as he addresses humankind, which is why it was ultimately considered a blasphemous presumption or removed from the verses of the chant. Popularly attributed to Archon Hessarian, Silence depicts the Maker as more sorrowful at the corruption and betrayal of his children, both spirit and mortal. He mourns the fall and corruption of the old gods as his own mistake, and urges his mortal children to turn aside from the dark path their elder siblings have led them down. Most historians agree that Archon Hessarian had indeed likely written this canticle during the bloody Tevinter Transfiguration. Literary scholars of the Imperium often cite this as one of the oldest recorded pieces of propaganda. In the 6th verse, the grieving Maker calls upon his mortal children to acknowledge that the dragon gods have manipulated and deceived them, and to throw off their corruptive influence and return to the light. As the people of Tevinter rose up and slaughtered anyone remaining faithful to their old gods, this became the rallying cry of the most terrible bloodbath in the history of the Imperium. Well, that's depressing. God damn it, I missed it. The Valmont family has its quirks. Every family does. But the Valmonts lean particularly toward the occult. Emperor Avil the Mad believed in ghosts. He was certain that his mother continued to advise him after her death, and that the angry shade of his twin brother sought his downfall. He employed the services of soothsayers to convey messages from beyond the grave and to stave off his slain brother's wrath. His son, Emperor Judicael I, had a fascination for all things ancient and arcane. It is said that his desire to reconstruct the palace of Halamshral, after an elven uprising destroyed it, was due more to his interest in the site itself than in the politics or the game. They say he chose to spend the winter months at his family retreat because he believed the palace located at a nexus of elven magic, that spending time there would grant him longer life as with the fabled immortal elves. In the end, the palace did not prevent his death due to heart failure. His youngest son, Prince Reynaud, had a similar interest in elves in the Dales. He collected carvings of Hala, the Dalish beasts of burden sacred to one of their false gods. Statuettes, all the work of Dalish artisans during the Long Walk, were kept in his rooms in the Winter Palace. When his daughter ascended to the throne, she had them repurposed as keys. But why, and for what? No one can know. As to your question regarding why a lion is considered the symbol of Orlais, particularly when the lion is a creature native only to eastern Thedas, the answer is quite simple. It adorns the crest of the Valmonts, the family that has ruled the Empire since the end of the Exalted Age, and in truth it is the Valmonts which have come to represent Orlais. Before them, the Orlesian symbol was that of the descendants of Cordillus Dracon, a dragon. As to why the lion adorns their crest, that dates back to the time of Lambert Valmont, a young captain of Orlais who distinguished himself at the Battle of Aislay, that great and infamous battle that ended the Fourth Blight. It is said that young Valmont disregarded orders during the battle, taking his forces to relieve the beleaguered Antevans and saving them from absolute destruction. Though his superiors were at first chagrined, chalking up the captain's actions to infatuation with a certain Antevan camp follower, this incidentally has never been confirmed. It later came to light that the Antevan force had been led by King Azar Alberto Campana himself. In the political realignment following the Blight's end, Anteva was an important ally to Orlais, and Lambert Valmont was an Antevan hero. He was given the hand of one of King Azar's daughters in marriage and elevated to noble rank, with a valiant lion to adorn his newly created heraldry. The Orlesian emperor was forced to respond in kind, granting Valmont a marquisate. Imagine, if you will, the hero returning to Val Royale from the Blight, sporting a wife with royal blood and the honors of 2 nations. This is why jealous nobles called him the Swaggering Lion, a nickname he embraced. It was Lambert Valmont's son, Alphonse, who later led the civil war against the usurper Xavier Draken. He killed Xavier in single combat, giving rise to the great Orlesian legend of the lion slaying the dragon, putting an end to the Draken dynasty as he assumed the throne and changing the Orlesian symbol forever. Yeah, that's so cool. This pretty collection is Invasion. Big claim for 7 people in 1 castle. Maybe dreams aren't as grand as Mage's claim. Flying looks like fun, though. Like falling, but up. So, not like falling at all. It's 7 here, 7 Magisters. Only 5 detailed, but that's because 2 have been chipped away. Looks like vandals, done with a rock, not chisel. Hard to come up with a reason to do it poorly like that except fear or lack of time. Maybe they had symbols different from the ones left because symbols are always making people angry enough to chip rock. So these 7 invade the Golden City. That's what it's meant to be, because it's all fanciful. Need stairs, if you ask me. Don't care if you can fly, stairs aren't just functional. They lead the eye and ground the structure. Here, the sculpture hasn't just left them off, she's made the place too high. Anyone with a sense of stone will tell you that this place is coming down under its own weight. It's intentional because it's a god's house, but I'm not sure what the style mishmash has to do with the wonder of that. If this were a real place from that long ago, you'd see only Tevinter in the architecture, but this looks like typical post-Empire bluster, adding elven bits like they always owned it. That's an artist for you. A mason would have at least got it the right way round. Tevinter foundation with elven overlay, not muddled. Anyway, simple message. Carver wants it known that mortals aren't supposed to be there. No stairs. I missed another one. What the fuck? Which one am I missing? Which one did I skip over? Victory in the grand game is not merely determined by what one has at one's command, one's connections and one's machinations, but what one is willing to give up. The clearest example is the caprice. Each coin is traditionally a gift. They are once tokens of regard, favors for chevaliers from their lovers or patrons. Throwing them into a fountain was rooted in superstition. The token was offered as a sacrifice, a bribe to Andraste to keep the chevalier safe on the battlefield. The more one had to offer to the waters, the better one's chances of escaping the caprices of fate, hence the name. Over time, the superstitious aspects of the custom faded. Now the caprice is a mark of status. The more coins one has, the more public the spectacle of throwing them away, the stronger one's position in the game. Okay, I got them all that time. And now Liliana should be back, and we will send her on another mission. Rainier was brought to Skyhook Gates under cover of darkness. Best not to ask how. Liliana.
I have requests for information on your lineage from a few interested parties at the Winter Palace.
Andraste preserve me. Feel free to use those requests as kindling.
No, I shall take them. I want to know who pines for our commander. We can use this to our advantage.
I am not bait.
Hush. Just look pretty.
A newly filed request form copied in triplicate. Tissue samples from chronos found in central Orlais and along the outskirts of the western approach. See attached list. Soil samples from areas surrounding closed fade rifts. Access to field reports containing reference to the local fauna. A copy of Gregor Worthing's Holla in the Heather, Wolves in the Woods, and Naturalist Observations. Apologies, but I lost my copy when the Circle rebelled. Purpose. The commander has expressed satisfaction with the practical applications of my previous findings. To continue my research, I would conduct an in-depth exploration of the Inquisitor's environmental impact, specifically the sealing of fade rifts on local species.
Let's see what we have.
It looks like none of the options really change the outcome. And that's gonna be... Oh wait, no, I gotta judge Rainier. Let's do this as the last thing.
For judgment this day, Inquisitor, I must present Captain Tom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall. His crimes... well, you are aware of his crimes. The decision of what to do with him is yours.
I didn't think this would be easy, but it's harder than I thought.
Another thing to regret. Using your ties to the underworld to free me. You're a criminal, same as me. The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
I wish there'd been another way, but my options were limited.
You could have left me there. I accepted my punishment. I was ready for all this to end. Why would you stop it? What becomes of me now?
You have your freedom.
It cannot be as simple as that.
It isn't. You're free to atone as the man you are, not the traitor you thought you were, or the warden you pretended to be.
The man I am. I barely know him. But I have a lot to make up for. If my future is mine, then I pledge it to the Inquisition. My sword is yours. If I'd said anything less, would an arrow from the rookery have snuffed me like a candle?
Take your post, Tom Rainier.
But he still doesn't have... Let's go talk to him real quick.
Inquisitor?
How shall I refer to you? Rainier or Blackwall?
I've gotten used to Blackwall. Perhaps we could treat it as less of a name and more of a title. Almost like Inquisitor. Reminds me of what I ought to be.
Everyone needs something to aspire to.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
Nothing right now.
Okay. So let's just go here. And that's gonna be where I stop for today. We're at 59 hours. Yeah, it looks like I will be probably finishing this game around the 80-hour mark. Oh man. But we're nearing the end. Kinda. We're still a good bit away. Still probably not this week, but I think next week it's a safe bet that it will be finished with it. I don't think anyone is live. Well, Mikey B is live, but we don't have enough viewers right now for me to want to raid him. Y'all, thank you for hanging. I will be live tomorrow night with more of this. So, yeah. Peace. Woo!